Hello Zoe, today is Saturday, November 14th, and in your last video you mentioned that we may be in a new wave of books that consist of relatable young adult characters who could be real. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these books have a proper name, and I believe that that name is novel. Not novel as referring to a fiction book, but a novel, capital N, referring to realistic fiction type books, like The Great Gatsby and To Kill a Mockingbird, The Fault in Our Stars, and other books of that nature. Now, earlier this year, my English teacher claimed that the novel was dying. Maybe it wasn't this year, but it was an English teacher of mine at some point. Nevertheless, me and my class immediately jumped the other way in defense of the novel. We argued that it wasn't dying, that people still wrote that way, and that in fact it was making a comeback. We offered many examples, and my teacher was forced to conclude that we were right, with a caveat. Now, Zoe, in your last video, you stated that novels seem to be the wave of books that we're in right now, for young adult fiction. My teacher pointed this out too. Older novels were about adults, and, sometimes children, for the most part. However, more recent novels have been about teenagers, almost like they want to, appeal to teenagers. My teacher argued that while novels may not be dying, they are different, and my teacher was right. Not only is the main character changed, but the plot structure has changed as well. Older novels were more like a snapshot of life, like, here are these characters, here's this conflict, here's how they would react, it's all real, it's all right now, this is the story. But a newer novel would be more about potential real-life adventures, like, here are these characters, here's something that happens to these characters, now they can go off and do something and be awesome. And that's more relatable than, like, a child discovering that they have magic, because we aren't going to discover that we have magic, but we could go off and do this adventure if something happened to us. And because of that, I would argue that these new novels are still novels. And with that, Zoe, goodbye.